Hello everyone, welcome to you all in the second part of the video, Introduction with Mutual Fund. So as I told earlier in the previous video that a model Aditya Birla IBS Mumbai fund that has been introduced by a mutual fund company toward market, and now there are 5 investors that is A, B, C, D and E who has invested rupees 10,000, 15,000, 5,000, 20,000 and 10,000, and the overall investment done by all the 5 investors is 60,000. So now this 60,000 that is known as assets under management. So this amount or asset under management is further invested by fund manager to different portfolio. Now the fund manager has allocated this asset under management or the amount rupees 60,000 to Reliance, ITC that is Imperial Tobacco Company, L&T that is Larsen and Toubro, HUL that is Hindustan Unilever Limited and Infosys, and the price of or the market price of share is 1300, 200, 1200, 2200 and 1000 respectively, and the quantity that has been purchased by fund manager is 10, 50, 10, 5 and 14. That is 10 share of Reliance, 50 share of ITC, 10 share of L&T, 5 share of HUL and 14 share of Infosys. And if we multiply that market price of security with the quantity, the amount we get is 13,000, 10,000, 12,000, 11,000 and 14,000. So the total asset under management has been introduced by fund manager to different portfolio. So after some day of fund allocation by fund manager and a situation occurs that is bullish situation or bullish market. So what is a bullish market? A bull or bullish market is the condition of financial market in which the price of market share are rising or are expected to rise. The term bull market or bullish market is most often used to refer to a stock market but can be applied to anything that is traded such as bonds, real estate, currencies and commodities, because prices of security rise and fall essentially continuously during trading. The term bull market is typically reserved for extended period in which a large portion of security prices are rising. Bull market tends to last for months or even so. The bullish market actually occurred, and the price that was the price which of Reliance, which was 1300, has increased to 1500. The price of ITC has increased from 200 to 220. The price of L&T has increased from it got decreased from 1200 to 1100. The price of HUL further decreased from 2200 to 2100. But the price of Infosys has increased from 1000 to 1100. The quantity was the same as it has been invested towards various portfolio. Now the asset under management that has been introduced or allocated by fund manager at the time of allocation was 60,000, as we can look over here. Now the asset under management has increased by 2,900 and it becomes 62,900. Now the question arises, what if any investor wants to know or wants to withdraw the amount or even wants to get the information that what is the current amount? It becomes whatever he has invested. So for getting him cognizant, he has to look over NAV, that is net asset value. So net asset value is the value that has been calculated as total AUM, that is total asset under management, divided by number of units. So basically net asset value So net asset value, which net asset value has been derived from total asset under management when divided by number of units. So in the figure we can look over here that the number of unit is 6000, which will not change in any moment of time. So the asset under management under bullish market become 62,900, and if we divide it by 6000, the net asset value or NAV becomes 10.48. Now if we look over the, if investor A wants to know the current value of money invested, that was 10,000. So now that time the unit was 1000, and if we multiplied that 10.48 by 10,000, by 1000, it will become 10,480. So likewise, if investor B wants to know the investor B wants to know what is the amount or what is the investment amount it becomes after the bullish market. So this 10.48 will be multiplied by this 1500 unit, and it will become 2220 unit. Or if we multiply this figure, that is 10.48 into 1500, the invested amount become 15,720. So likewise, the net asset value will actually declare the total amount value after the various fluctuation, which is bullish market or bearish market. So let us come to the second part, that is bearish market. So a bearish market or a bear market is a situation when a market experiences a prolonged price declines. It typically describes a condition in which securities prices fall 20% or more from recent highs amid widespread pessimism and negative investor sentiment. Bear markets are often associated with decline in an overall market or index like the S&P, that is 500, or any index of Nifty 50 or Sensex. But individual securities or commodities can also be considered to be in a bear market if they experience a decline of 20% or more over a sustained period of time, typically 2 months or more. Bear market also may accompany general economic downturns such as a recession. So after some time, the bearish market occurs and the price of securities further declined. As we can look over here, the price of Reliance has become 1200, the price of ITC becomes 180, the price of L&T becomes 1200, the price becomes 1300, the price of HUL has further decreased by 200 and it becomes 2000. The price of Infosys had decreased by 200 and it becomes 800. So if we multiply that 1200 with the unit that has been purchased by fund manager, the asset under management becomes 55,200. And now if we calculate the net asset value under bearish market, so 55,200 divided by 6,000, we will get NAV as 9.2, and the money invested by A was 10,000, and at that point of time the unit was 1000, and if we multiply this 9.2 with 1000, the amount that has been invested by investor A was 10,000 has become 9,200, and he actually got in a loss of 800. So it was the complete situation under bearish market. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching this video.